Hey, what's up, friends? Welcome back to your daily dose of Battle Brothers. Now, at the end of the last episode, you would have noticed it was 107 days in, but now it's 109. So I was recording the start of this episode yesterday, and thanks to the National Power Company ESCOM, decided to cut the power out, which corrupted the recording. And the save file was at 109, so you've missed out on 2 days of action. We got these 24 heads. What happened was we popped down to Horum, got some tools, and then I cleared out the little hut that was here, which I thought was only going to be full of zombies, but it was zombies and some fallen heroes as well. Decode Coat of Scales, Decode Great Helm. If memory serves, that was the fight where one of the archers died, or what might have been in the last episode where one of the archers got taken out. No, that was in the last episode where we fought against the brigands. But regardless, Helroth still now needs to be sent on to the Shadow Realm with his broken knee, missing nose, and the fact that he's traumatized. We need to just naked suicide him at some point. Brutal, I know, but hey, that's how these things work. 6 frontline lads. Polom. We are busy leveling a couple of replacements, like Till over here is level 4 right now. Heimrad is 3. Ferdinand's Polom. So Till, I think once he hits level 5 and we give him rotation, he can then take up his position on the front line. He does have shield expert, so technically at this point he could actually equip a heater shield and have decent melee defense and have a decent chance of the heater shield not just getting straight up broken. And I think we're going to stick with the 3 archer approach, although we are going to look to replace Kipper because he just has been just dreadful. He was always just going to be, a ranged placeholder basically until we find someone better. I mean, he does all right with his throwing weapons, but man, it is struggle city with 66 range skill at level 8. Yikes. Ralston 77 at 7 isn't much better. And Mizuma also. This is the struggle with peasants, isn't it? Anyway, I think that, I held on to the other light crossbow, and we're going to start stockpiling regular crossbows so that my polearm lads, of which we're going to have 4 pretty much at all times at least, they are going to have quick hands and they're going to be able to loose off a few crossbow bolts before they then engage in melee. On the front line, daggers and greatsword lads leveling up slowly. It's taken ages. Okay, it's gone night time now, so I'm going to wait until the morning before we hit ancestral burial grounds. Let's take a quick look at the weapons. I think what I want to do is for the dagger lads, where are my whips? Because the dagger lads tend to have the higher attack rating. Yep. And they will give us the best chance of killing a Geist, should we run into a Geist. So 68, 70, 69. Nice. 70. Okay, so Sandbone and Dagger. That's right, we lost Dagger boys, didn't we? Torbjörn, who I have noted as a polearm user, but I mean, he could actually be... No, wait, Ferdinand, Heimrad, he's going to be the Dagger boy, yeah. I wonder if it's not too late to switch Heimrad down to be the polearm lad, and we have Torbjörn be the Dagger boy, because with the Iron Lungs and Survivor, I wonder if are we going to get more out of Iron Lungs on a polearm user or on a Dagger user. And in that respect, I think we're going to get more out of a polearm user because he can use Reap. He's going to reap the nerds. So I think let's just leave it as it is in that case. Okay, Coffee Drinker will move around the side. Whip. Battle Standard, yeah. Another level 2. Yikes. Level 5. I think considering the fact that we are going in here against potentially some scary ghosts, let's make sure we take the Sergeant in. Svein the Bannerman, rather. Sergeant Vander. 77 at level 6. Svein 88 at level 5. Okay, yeah, so we will leave Svein then as the Bannerman. And Sergeant Vander here. He doesn't have quick hands, which is surprising to me. Well, he will at some point. 60 accuracy, 62 accuracy. So Jenks now could be using this flail. I think he probably should. Because a boar spear just does not do it. I could have sworn we picked up a second long axe. Where is it? Oh yes, it's on Malik. Okay, right. So good. So we do have the 2 long axes. Righto. Let's get in there. I really want to buy a... Okay, that's... I suppose we can try this fight. I've got the Bannerman and I've got the Sergeant, but fucking yikes. 9 ghosts? That's not what I meant to do, but alright. Yeah, boy. Of course, the ranged weapons are pretty much entirely useless here. It's a 5% hit chance at all times. Oh, and I can't use Adrenaline. I'm stupid. That was like my one chance. I'm going to put the Dagger Boy in contact with 2 ghosts, because you can get 3 attacks on the next turn. We are so boned. My only hope is that the ones that are in melee contact will attack rather than scream. I think that's really our only chance here. Curses. Hold your nerve, lads. No one has straight broken yet. Oh, there we go. That's the last one. That is so typical. God damn it. I'm gonna wait until the Sergeant and the Bannerman can use Raise Morale, and we'll see if we can improve some of these hit chances. That's pretty big. Oh, yes, Geralt. Sounds like this that I wish that I had taken fast adaptation on my Dagger Boys. Oh, Dagger! Yes! 45 hit, 38 hit. Fucking great job, mate. Oh, and then Rabe gets his morale back. 35, 35, 35. Yes, boys. Oh! Some absolutely clutch hits. Woo. Well done, lads. And it's just so typical how we did so well to resist the screams right up until the end when we didn't. A few marksmen and many raiders. I think we're going to take this on just because we need the money. So for a great sword user, he's always going to take melee defense and melee attack. His fatigue could look better, but I'm not going to turn down a +4 on resolve. Let's see. Okay, so a raider lad. Student check, recover check, rotation check. Colossus for light armor, Brawny for heavy armor. Level 6 we take the weapon spec. I don't have a good sword for him, so I think I gotta go Battle Forged. Because he's already got Brawny, so Battle Forged, excellent. Level 7 is such an unbelievably important level up. In terms of survivability, +2, come on dude. You're killing me here. Now the +4 on hit points was tempting, but we are going to work in Colossus into this build order. Sergeant Vander, so go with Resolve. Hit points, that is a yikes. I gotta take that. And do we keep taking melee skill? I think we do. We need to hit one of the major cities quite soon. Look at all this amber we're sitting on. We are sitting on a fair amount of cash. Okay, raiders running at us. Whoopsie, coffee drinker, careful. So we're over 100 days in now, and my feeling is that I'm kind of moving past the point where I felt like I was getting all of that utility out of my flail users, and I'm quite happier now to have basically 3 squads on the front line, each comprising of a greatsword user, a axe specialist tank, and a dagger specialist. So that's going to allow us to have great swords on each of the outside flanks, one in the center flank as well. I think 3 greatsword users using split is going to give us a decent chance of hitting backlines fairly well. Do I rotate him out? No, I go dagger that dude, I reckon. So he ain't using shield. Oh, really? I can't see him. The flail here against the lads who have no helmets is not something I want to do. Close. Oh, really, Rolston? 80%? So I kind of need to go here with Geralt. See, if I lock in this lad, 1, 2, 3, 4. Do I keep Geralt back and then just rotate one of these lads out when this raider comes along here? I think that's actually what I do. Or I go here, but then that square is open. But then Ralston can just fancy feet away. Oh, stabbed guts. Ugh. Brutal. Nice little pike hit. So these lads can hop in there, or they can hop in here as well. I think I want to protect my archer. No, the archers can just fancy feet away. It's fine. Also, note to self, rebuy some dogs. Especially once we sell all of this amber we've been holding on to. 58, 58, 50... Charge! So I don't mind that because Dagger can just rotate him out. Great damage, well done. I think here we do the same thing. If one of these javelins hits the head, ooh, it'll do real damage. Should I push him back? No. Take the attack. Okay, good. Now it's just this lad who's a bit of an issue. Curses. Okay, the archers are gonna have to take care of that marksman. He's got shield wall up. Do I try hit him? Yeah, that should take shield wall down. I would expect him actually to have moved away. I would have thought I'm putting enough pressure on him to make him want to move. Oh, great hit. Howie. Oh, really? Alright, it's all going to plan. It's going to be a little tricky to get past those kite shields up there. Great work. Yes, Mizuma. Oh, I should have finished the zombie. What am I doing? I hate those pierce attacks. You can get unlucky and have a pierce attack do real damage. The old 5% hit that we love so much. At advantage, that close, he's not going to miss. I mean, he shouldn't, but... Oh, nice and easy. I think I'm gonna dagger this dude down. Ooh. You bugger. Ow. You're right, that's great shot. Nice, another crossbow. Yeah, boy. Okay, we are at the point now where the old inventory is full. Okay, what's worth 64, 34. Now, can I group those together? 2 oats is pretty much worthless. Okay, so that gets us our 35 heads, and I reckon let's pay for passage straight up to Seastat just to get us there quickly. Tools, $1.99, nice and cheap. That could be a better option. How much is the passage to Seastat? $4.30. That means I can only buy 2 of these tools. Fine, whatever. Back to Mitterfels. And it only took us 3 days, so not too bad. Hopefully they have, yes, they have salt for cheap. What else can I get rid of? Okay, and this is a fair amount of trade goods as well. I mean, we're not going to be able to sell amber here because I believe they have an amber collector. That's C-stat here. Yarp. Bought for 327. What is up with the prices here? It's garbage. I need to get to one of the major cities pretty quickly. Take a boat to Horum. We'll just run to. Let's just walk to Finsterstead. I'm pretty keen to see exactly how much money we are sitting on in terms of these trade goods and all the other stuff we're carrying. It's going to be super important that we pick the right place to sell to. What do you reckon? 4,000 gold we might be sitting on? Maybe more. No negative events. 438. Oh, that's good. 350 bought for. Oh, that's excellent. Armor-wise, we've got everything we need, actually. I can sell all the excess armor. I'll keep the decodicator scales. I think I do. I have a few heavy lads coming along who might be able to make use of that at some point. I did say I wanted to hang on to a bunch of swords, but not those basic ones. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 with the fighting spear. Woo! 6,000 we were sitting on. What's the maximum? 300. Let's fill up on ammo. Completely fill up on ammo here. Ammo is not too bad. Eventually we're going to stockpile throwing spears as well, but we are really nowhere near that. Like half my inventory is bloody full. That's a temptation and could be a big boost for us, but I don't think it's justified. Nachtse trophy necklaces, 100%. Antidotes, I think we have enough. Okay, Janks the X tank. He takes Nimble, he takes Shield Spec, he takes Underdog. So what does he need right now? He needs Colossus, and Nimble is going to get him a lot more usage. Indom is going to be good, but that's, I think, much later that I'll take that. In terms of my notes that I've made for myself, where's Tanky Lad? So Student, Steel Brow, Rotation, Shield Spec, Underdog, Nimble for light armor. Yep. Then Colossus, a level 8 Colossus for light. Or Brawny. Let's just take Colossus then. Let's stick to the build order. Because I'm going to take Shield or... No, it's going to be Axe Spec. But I sold that Axe, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Now the polearm lads, as they start taking quick hands, we'll give them crossbows. Hammerhead is a dagger boy. Tank, sergeant, tank. Master, combat with axes and destroying shields. Skills build up, less fatigue. So in terms of what I've got on my... I could just take Taunt. Taunt could be pretty damn good right now as well. Heimrad, the dagger boy. Let's see, Bannerman, Meat, Pure Archer, dagger. Okay, Student, Steel Brow, Rotation. Bam. For a dagger lad, you need melee accuracy above all else. Melee defense is good. His fatigue is a real problem though. And +3 is just so garbage. So I'll take the +3 on hit points to get him the 60 he needs for Colossus to take him to 75. But I might have to switch him away from dagger usage because his fatigue is that bad. Big hairy beast. I think it's time he starts using a greatsword. What do you all think? $65 to 85, but only 70 attack skill. I think he needs at least sword mastery, because sword mastery will give him, let's see, split and swing no longer have a penalty to hit chance and gain +5 chance to hit. So he's going to be really weak with split and swing right now. Like 65 accuracy, it's not going to be good enough. Polearm user. I'm just checking if these polearm boys do any of these polearm lads. Yeah, none of them actually have quick hands, because the ones that had quick hands, I feel like I could give them the crossbows, which is going to be good. Heimerad, 28-29. He's just got to be super careful. He can rotate himself out. He's got steel brow, so he's not going to get one shot. Okay, coffee drinker is fine at level 7. Ferdinand level 2. Torbjorn level 1. Olaf. I want Olaf leveling up. And he can just exclusively break shields with that rubbish attack value of his. Right, so whose morale, or resolve rather, is really a problem? 49, 45. I mean, it could be good to give it to Vander. Yeah, to boost his resolve a little, that's for sure. Some low 30s there. 31, yikes. Quick dagger check, how we're looking. Regular daggers. I should make sure there's no butter knives being used. You spare polearms? No. Do we send Helroth off with a well-deserved retirement? I think we do. I know that was such a straight-up waste of money, but we had a fair amount of cash. And I want to roleplay the nice guy wherever possible. Don't you think it should actually give your guys a morale boost? If you pay 1,000 gold, I think it's like the least they can bloody well do. No, it's no good. Deece, but craven and short-sighted is bad. He's a dumbass, I know. Retrieve the artifact from ruins of Fierin. What's this 3 skull? Come, give me a nice hunt down bandits. Escort 5 days to the southeast. And that's almost guaranteed to fail. A delivery to Eichenberg. So we'll do that after we take a fighting mission, and hopefully this is the follow the tracks. There we go. How does morale look? How about a drink? "20 thieves, plethora of thugs, few marksmen and poachers." When I see a fight like this, I kind of wish that I could have the Bannerlord option to just send the troops. Okay, let's hope we're not at a high disadvantage. Okay, we're not. Still, this is not a great fight for us. That is priority number 1. Murder that dude. I'm fairly certain the thugs don't have rotations, so if we catch out any of these guys in melee combat, that should be the end of them. And these things are pretty harmless, so let's move the polearm boys forward as fast as possible. Oh, there we go. Clutch. Well done, Mazuma. Fucking hell. How's this terrain? Awful. Fair enough. Lands the hit. Riposte, it's no problem. Just won't attack him. Oh, almost. Now, I especially want to pick off these marksmen because there's a chance they rise up as zombies, which would then mark the other marksmen next to them. Anyway, I'm very pleased to see that so many of our lads are hitting level 7. Once we have a full level 7 at least frontline, we can then really start trying to push and kill, what's it again, champions, enemy champions and brigand leaders for their tier 3 gear. On the subject of our tanks, I'm going to take a look at what weapon spec we have on them because I keep going back and forth. Like, I think that maybe I want to take axe so that they can break shields to facilitate other lads, but the more I think about that, I like it less because they're not going to have any points in melee skill. So, I mean, sword can be quite useful, especially when you distract a whole group of enemies. And you can just tag them and riposte. I mean, that being said, the chance of actually landing any of those ripostes is pretty low. So I think I might actually experiment with not even taking a weapon spec at all. And I dare say using the tanks as actual tanks, which is just to mark enemies and hold them in place, keep them busy. I mean, I got 16 lads here, so I do have the extra bodies. And if you tell yourself, like, okay, the peasants are almost or effectively a normal background, but you just get 4 extra bodies to use in a particular role. Like, imagine a normal 12-man squad with 4 extra specialist tanks. It could be good. I mean, there's the obvious downside then that the other 12 are rubbish backgrounds, but I'm going to see what I've taken on the other tanks. I think while warrior might have taken a weapon spec on 1 or 2 of the tanks already. But if not, we'll take no weapon spec at all. Off with your head, mate. I love that. I'm a little surprised we're still getting thugs, but I mean, I suppose this was a 2-skull mission, so I mean, we haven't fought thugs in a long time. No. So I still have a chance to make a little change on my hybrid archers. I mean, currently the plan is to give them archery specialization and bullseye to give them the best chance of killing, you know, necromancers or hexen or problem enemy marksmen. But I mean, when I am shooting at a hexen or problem enemy marksman or one of those high priority targets, you're using aimed shot, which means you only get one shot in that round, which is the same as a crossbow. So you might actually say to yourself, okay, well, why not just crossbow spec then? Because that gives me access to specialization with handguns, which would then be, you know, you use a crossbow if you're trying to shoot those high value targets like the hexen or the archers or whatever. The downside is you might struggle to hit them at range. You only get 6 tiles rather than 8. But then the plus side is that in certain fights against like massed nachtzers or massed enemies, you can use the handguns. And then you use thrown weapons for close range killing. I mean, either build has its advantages and disadvantages. We just got to decide which disadvantage we're happy to live with. And if I tell myself that, then I think I'll much rather give myself the better chance of taking out a high danger range target like a hexen or, you know, an enemy archer. So I think we'll go with a bow at the end of the day. Bow for the high value targets, throwing weapons for close range dangerous targets and armored targets. You could make the argument that if I didn't take throwing weapon spec and only took crossbow spec, you could then kind of 2 birds with 1 stone. It frees up another perk because you can use the crossbows to try kill enemy archers and the like, and necromancers and what, even though it's more challenging. And then you switch to a handgun for the killing Zerg. And actually I think in one of the last peasant runs I tried that, and I had a number of fights where we just got outranged, and it meant that in certain fights where the enemy had better archers, you would always have to move forward into them, and I remember that being very challenging and frustrating. Excellent, another tier 2 crossbow. Excellent. I kind of want to start taking quick hands on all my polearm boys, just to get them that extra crossbow shot off. Like here, Rabe, polearm, level 6. Alec, not bad. Oof, yikes. He's got the quick hands, he's got the polearm mastery. He needs steel brow though. And there's level 7, so nimble gives him more now at this level. Ralston the archer can now take a bullseye. 1 more level and he'll take bow spec. 81. How about some initiative? That could be quite good. I mean, he's got enough in the other important stats. Two, three, 4, 5 2 crossbows. So let's see. At all times, I'm going to have 7 on the back line. 3 of those will be archers. 2 of the other ones will be the bannerman and the sergeant, which frees up 2 spots. I'm going to have 5 polearm users in total, which means that, yes, 5 polearm users plus the sergeant and the bannerman means that I can have certain fights with no ranged archers, like against the scary undead. I can, or escort 5 days to the southeast. Is that even worth trying? Retrieve the artifact from ruins of Fierin. I'm going to try this because I'm hoping that it's one of those where you just go there, send 1 person in and run away. Oh, you're kidding me. No, fuck that. And obviously that has pissed off the people at Finsterstad, House Summerwine. But I forgot that this is one of those missions where it makes you trek all the way to the ends of the earth. You get there, then it goes, oh, it's not here after all. I mean, yes, it's pissed them off, but I mean, honestly, they can friggin' do one. Making me go so far. Am I ever going to use these long swords? Answer is no. Well, that's too much to pay for a warbow. Where we're going? Eichenberg. Buy and sell trading goods. 12 of 25. Okay. Halfway there. What do we have? Wiedergängers, auxiliaries, legionaries. Could probably win that fight. But if I'm not getting paid to fight that, I'm not going to bother. Iron Lungs is great, Resolve is great, Initiative is great, but he might make a passable Bannerman or Sergeant, but I have decent of those guys. 4,500, no, that's no good. Tools are a problem, as ever. A few legionaries. Do we take that fight if we have to? That one. Does it say mini necrosavants? No. Some auxiliaries, some Wiedergängers, a few necrosavants. I could potentially take that fight and win it. But again, I feel like I'm still at the point where that is super risky. And the necrosavants, you need competent whip users for that. Such as our dagger users here. Because I find that it's absolutely crucial that you are able to disarm those necrosavants. The fighting axe, it's a lot to pay for a fighting axe. That's nice. That's not good. Rubbish. Rubbish. That's below cost price. Take it all. In the nightmares. It's a 3 skull. I mean, I would need ranged, quote-unquote, ranged weaponry on almost everybody. Because these can be so tricky. So what you got to do for these fights is... So everybody here needs to use either a whip or a polearm. And then the ranged lads can just, you know, give it a try. 69, 69... Problem is these ranged boys are going to be almost worthless. So if I had 1, 2, 3, 4 more battle whips. Wait, I thought I had another battle whip. I mean, you can't net these buggers. And the key thing is just to stand where you are and attack from there, because if you try and move towards them, you absolutely screw yourself over. I don't think I'd do it, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of my lads are not going to be able to attack right now. So on that basis, I'm not going to try it right now. We're almost there. I mean, I can almost do it. Almost. 71, 68. Heimrad. Ray, Vander. No, I don't think I'll do that. Excellent. Another patrol mission. Love me a good patrol mission. Doesn't pay that well. I think I prefer to fight these guys out in the open. Okay, good. Good. That's all pretty standard. Let's just hope we don't get too unlucky with all those marksmen. Okay, there's a little short bow. By too unlucky, I mean massed tier 2 crossbows. Although that being said, I mean, I need more tier 2 crossbows, so would it be that bad? I mean, it'll be tough fighting them, but... get my hands on them. Let's see, I could go there and... good shot. I'm fairly sure I can still shoot from melee range, huh? Yeah. Can get the shot off, I think. Oh, clutch, Ralston. Oh, yes, Kipper. It deserves a sound drop.
Ooh, you know you did.
And we don't get the crossbow, though. That's unfortunate. Right, so you rotate him out. You go there. So I go here. And stab him in the arm. I can get the crossbow bolt off, but I think I'd rather take the pike poke. Well done. Tell you what, I'd be very happy if I could get my hands on more of those tier 3 spears that we have. I think I'll let him throw that shield breaking spear. I'm not too concerned about it. Finish him. Okay, Nimble doing its job, good. Oh, that's right. We're near the north of the map. So... yeah, we should head over to that northern village that has the warhounds. We can get ourselves some nice heavy warhounds. They really keep focusing on Ralston, don't they? Actually, that wasn't necessary, but so we can get into him. Nope. Some real inefficiencies there, but I mean, it's a fight we should win quite easily, so I don't really mind. Really, dude? Oh, I thought he was already breaking. I mean, fleeing. Whoops. Whoops. There you go. Oh, come on, break. You're surrounded, dude. Oh, yes.
Bloody zombies, man. Now, I'm doing nothing to try to end this zombie invasion early. I'm just kind of letting the event play out. It started usually around day 80, so I mean, the longest I think I've seen them gone is like 50 days. If you do nothing about it. So it will be interesting to see how long this one lasts. Should have waited, could have broken that shield. I mean, yes, I've boosted his damage, but it's just a boar spear, who cares? See? Yes! I mean, 2 out of 3 were headshots there, that's unlucky. Ooh, nice, I get an arming sword, finally. Just looking for that. Go right stabbing. Is that everyone marked? That's everyone marked now. Except for this lad. No. Good, let's mop him up. This is turning into a slaughter now. Let's hold with the ranged weapons. Ammo costs money. I've kind of forgotten my love of these Dane axes. I think, speaking of the Dane axes, it reminds me of my shield breaker build that I had in the previous Peasant run. And of all the various builds that I had and lads that I had, the shield breakers were some of the most dependable and some of the best. And I mean, you can make a real argument for running only shield breakers on the backline instead of polearm users. What I really liked was how, I mean, admittedly, they weren't as strong as the polearm users with overall DPS and using Reap and that. But they were a bit more steady and dependable in that you had quick hands and bags and belts. So like if this was a shield breaker, he'd have his Dane axe, his fighting axe, his shield, his dagger and a support item. So when someone on the front needs to be taken out, they just get rotated out, and then he in himself, who has been taking melee defense, can then whip out his one-handed axe and his shield and be a possible frontline user. Tank, let's go rotation on the tank. Well, +3 I gotta take. Not turning that down. Especially when I've rolled 2s on fatigue and resolve. That's no bueno. I mean, 81 hit points, 91 is tough, awesome. Even before Colossus. I think you can make an argument here to make him a nimble tank. I mean, shield wall gives you 20 fatigue. I mean, if you are going to be very, very hard to hit, you could actually go dodge. And then you just walk forward and you just use shield wall every turn. Don't even hold a weapon. Just to squeeze out an extra bit of fatigue. My gut tells me that's going to be garbage, but you know, it might be worth a try. Right. Helmets, we've got plenty of good helmets. Oh, this reminds me. So someone like Malik actually needs to not be using this with Rusty Mail because it lowers his vision by an extra square. Yeah, let us keep the battle whips equipped as much as possible. So Zvine on the next turn, I think I want to give bags and belts so he can carry the extra whip. And that means we'd be up to 4 whips pretty soon. With just one more whip, we've got 4. They're actually selling it under. Or rather buying under. Under value, that's no good.